Get in that BB. BB's open. Let's go. It's down. It's down. It's down. Let's go. In.
Yeah.
Take it. Let's go. Come on. Trench fight. East side. Let's go.
There's more. Oh my god. I got you.
Ah, take it. Get in the corner. All right, guys. You ready? You brave? Next over. Let's go. Over the top. Let's go.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh, I got exploded. Instantly, I'm dead. Vaporized. Eat them. Oh my, look at that body. Holy crap. 4 years ago, I picked up a small indie game called Foxhole, and when I first stepped foot on Siva, the war was primarily limited to infantry, tanks, and artillery, but over the years, Wardens and Colonials would come to fight this 24/7 persistent war with even deadlier weapons. Flamethrowers, rockets, super heavy tanks, train-based artillery, submarines, and even massive battleships. At the start of War 83 all those years ago, the Royal Spuds were green. We were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, excited to learn, fight, and win. But over time, we had cut our teeth fighting through every new age of combat with exciting victories and crushing defeats, all leading up to and preparing us for the largest update to the game yet, Foxhole Airborne. This newest update would introduce a brand new battle space, the Air War. Not only would we need to think about air combat out on the front, but we'd also need to consider the logistics side of things too. Everything in Foxhole was player-made, from the bullet that shot you to the plasma kit that saves you, and Spud Logistics had become one of our largest departments. We all know that General Pershing, quote, "Infantry wins battles, logistics wins wars," and it seemed that for every one of our soldiers out in the front, we had 2 or 3 Spuds in the back line making it possible. But in addition to your typical logistics work, our regiment had also quickly learned how to manage the newer player-made facilities. We had come a long way from our modest bunker base back in Godcrofts all those years ago, and we're deeply familiar with running oil refineries, coal fields, component processing, and everything else needed to create some of the most powerful weapons in Foxhole. And as a countdown for War 132 began, all of this logistics knowledge was going to be put to the test. This new war would have us fighting over unfamiliar territory. 10 new regions were introduced, stretching the front lines wider and thinner than ever before. To the east were Lycus Isle, Piper's Enclave, Resta, Tyrant Foothills, and Onyx, and to the west were Curra Strand, Pari Peak, The Gutter, Palatine Berm, and Olavi's Wake. Looking at the map, the Colonials out west had the potential to cause massive problems on our flank, and in Olavi's Wake, the town of Koskinla was an industrial powerhouse, home to a mass production facility, or MPF, which is a building that can produce mass amounts of material at massive discounts. With Koskinla as an MPF town and the Droll as a secondary refinery town, the Colonials had the logistical opportunity to steamroll this continent, which would push their armies up to the mainland in Nevish, ultimately being disastrous for the Wardens. The Royal Spuds decided that we would play our part on the flanks once again, setting our frontline target on the Gutter, but problems quickly began forming before the war had even begun. Multiple other friendly Warden regiments had agreed to assist in our attempt to push the Collies out from these western hexes, with massive amounts of manpower staging in Pari Peak. The only problem? Although the Colonials had 2 locations to get basic materials to their front line, the Wardens were bottlenecked in the Curra Strand. Our industrial town of Swosolo had only 1 easily accessible salvage field, which was needed to produce every single piece of material we'd need out on the front to fight. This field on the outskirts of Marti was just a short drive away to the refinery, whereas our secondary salvage field out by Dalvin would require constant ferry barges. Players would have to first build barges at the shipyards at the start of the war, sail them to the beach northwest of the salvage field, wait for our scroopers to slowly drive off the road and then load up, sail them back across the strait to Swosolo's eastern beaches, offload the truck, and then do it all again, endlessly. Although this would be a lot more effort than usual, this ferry barge would greatly increase our output, doubling our access to salvage, and we needed every advantage, no matter how small, if we wanted to win this front. With our logistics plan set, Royal Spud Command finalized our orders for the gutter. The Royal Spuds would be split into two main combat elements. Out on the west, we'd be fighting our way south in order to secure the neutral Ricky Saurina relic base, and would then set up a stabilizing front line out in no man's land. To the east, partisan teams would cut off any supply to the Colonial's southern bridge towards Lost Kaivo, while infantry would create a southern front line towards the Parras. Once both of these fronts were stabilized by our combat engineers and building teams, our main infantry elements would slowly creep to encircle Salaoya Road, cutting off the entire hex and bleeding them dry. Our plan was simple: slowly but surely strangle the Colonials out of the gutter. With only seconds left before the war began, the Wardens were itching to fight, and as deployment points opened, waves of blue flooded into Siva. Our logistics team set up in the Kura Strand, and I deployed with our green team to Rotko camp. We quickly scouted ahead and then built a construction vehicle to secure the Ricky Sarana relic, but Collies were swarming. Halfway into building the relic, we were wiped. Infantry CV, it was all gone, but thankfully, our reinforcements were just a few steps behind and quickly retook the ground we lost. With the Collie scout team now killed, Wardens were finally able to rebuild Ricky. Our infantry fanned out towards the no man's land line, creating space for our engineers to build up behind us. Now, in a typical front, we wouldn't be nearly this slow. We'd be able to rush down to the relics or towns south of us and establish a forward bunker base, but this hex's roads were split right down the middle. The northern half was actually cut off completely from the southern half, meaning that any bunker base that was established south of this road would be painfully slow to resupply. It wasn't impossible, but trucks were easily ambushed as they slowed to a crawl in the snow. And with so much open ground and our logistical bottleneck up in Swosalao to the north, we really couldn't risk losing any trucks. This slow and deliberate push was far slower than we typically liked, but it was far safer, and as predicted, the Collies were able to quickly secure the towns of Cuopa and the Parras instead. Unfazed, we continued our deliberate push south, skirmishing on the cliffs until our engineers were able to finally build down to us, and that's when we saw the breakthrough. To our northwest, the Wardens had blitzed through Pari Peak, allowing a small group to sneak down to Palatine Berm. Somehow, someway, the KGG regiment were able to set up two bases along the border of the gutter and began cutting off the entire hex from colonial resupply. Sensing the momentum shift, we left a skeleton crew on the eastern side to build our defenses and moved all combat teams to focus our efforts on Salaoya Road. Within an hour, a proper attacking line had developed on the cliffs just above the colonial defenses. We grouped up, wait for our Logi to provide us with hundreds of high-explosive mammon grenades, and began throwing our bodies into the enemy.
Pushing right, pushing right.
Wait, instead, move to bunker, move to bunker, move to bunker, bunker, bunker. There, bunker dead, bunker dead. Go, go, go. Knock out the pills, knock out the pills. If you are out of mammons, get in the relic. If you're out of mammons, get in the relic. Great job, guys. Great job. We're done. That one's done. That one's done. That one's done. That one's done. Go, 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 go.
Hills on the right. Hills on the right.
We managed to get inside the
Nice.
base.
Good shot. Good shot.
Guys, try to push in towards that bunker base. Get in the bunker base if you can.
Then.
Go to the bases.
Get in the bunker base if you can. Get in the bunker base. If you're dead, get more mammons and link up here. We're gonna hold their BB.
We're
So
currently
5 or
inside
6
the
hold in
relic base.
the trench. This is big. This is big.
No pressure, but we're about to win everything forever in all time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're going for the bunker base itself. The bunker base itself. The bunker base itself. Try to hit the core, the entrance where you spawn in and run out. Don't let them build that. All right, if you don't have mammons, you go first. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go to the trench. Push, 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 into the trench. Into the trench, into the trench. Take that blueprint out if you can. Don't let them build anymore. Dude, we're so freaking close. Come on! To the core, to the core, to the core. Oh, he's got it. Come on. Come on, I know you guys can do it. Come on. Come on, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. This is so close. Come on. We need to gain the trenches again. Get in there. Control the trenches. Control the trenches.
Thank you.
There we go, there we go. Control the trenches, guys. Get in that BB. BB's open. Let's go. It's down, it's down, it's down. Let's go. In.
Yeah.
Take it. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Yo, in the trenches. Trench fight. Let's go.
Help, please.
Kill the CV. Kill the CV. CV in hospital. Let's go. There we go. Kill them all! Trench fight, east side, east side, east side. Let's go.
Hello, my friends, hello.
East side is open. We have a trench fight now. We get this, we get the relic, okay?
Hello, my friends.
Don't worry about mammons right now. It's only like 1 or 2 pills between us and the relic. While we were busy destroying the last colonial bunker base, friendlies had also secured Quolpa, the Paras, and lost Kaivo. Pari Peak to our north was also completely blue, and the only thing standing in our way into Palatine was this relic. But as we'd soon find out, the Collie defenders weren't going out without a fight. In the cover of darkness, Goblin engineers had fallen back to their relic, creating a massive trench maze. Razor wire lined the edges and circled the entire perimeter of the base. This relic could not go down to a typical Mammon rush. We couldn't get in. We had to fight our way in first. Keep going west. We need it. If we connect to their trenches, we win. If we connect to their trenches, we win. Spread out, spread. Let the shovels in first. Let the shovels in first. Why are they doing this? I don't understand what's gonna happen. They're probably thinking the same. We win if they get trenches. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Come on. Dig! We can do this! Yo, get in, go, over the top, in. Oh, over, let's go, take it. Take it, get in the corner. We're in their trench line. Go west. Hold this.
Quite a few.
Yeah. Oh, good grenades from me.
Oh my god.
Shit. I'm bleeding.
All right, guys, you ready? You brave? Next over. Let's go.
I bled out.
No. No. Over the top. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. Oh, I got exploded. Instantly, I'm dead. Vaporized.
Eat them!
Oh my, look at that body. Holy crap. It's absolutely wild.
Oh fuck.
Holy crap. 2 hours of bitter trench fighting later, and we weren't any closer to the relic. Our numbers were dwindling. Our supply was running low. We were losing a front that we were quite literally inches away from winning just hours ago. What was going on? Well, as we fought for the relic down in the south, to our north, Wardens had begun building a coal facility. In Foxhole, resources like coal and oil are typically claimed by regiments to run and operate, a diplomatic process that usually takes place outside of the game. And while we were busy fighting, apparently negotiations over this coal field had turned sour. The regiment, who had considered themselves the rightful owners to this field, didn't want to wait until the entire hex was blue and wanted to get a head start at building the facility while everyone else was distracted. Unfortunately, this meant that for every frontliner that would log off, instead of being replaced by another frontline to take out the relic, they were being replaced by a coal facility builder. Within 30 minutes, our frontline fighting force had simply evaporated. The regiment, who had been fighting with us all day, chose to redeploy back north to fight over the coal field, while the other regiment kept trying to get more of their members into the hex just to outnumber each other. From the Spuds perspective, we were helpless. Our logistics couldn't get through. Our reinforcements couldn't get through. We had no mammoths. We had no medical supplies. We had no soldiers. Apparently, we weren't going to do this the easy way, so we began building more and more defenses around the relic base, slowly but surely creeping southward so our bunkers would eventually overwhelm the enemy. But this is now, instead of going to be a really easy fight, this is them causing us to just burn out, and this is probably going to take like 6 hours. Like, not even joking. So don't burn yourself out. We're going to try to do this the smart way and build our western flank. So I'm gonna hop over to Logi and tell him to focus this western side. We western flank Salaoya, so then we can get around all the trench garbage, and then we'll be able to kill Salaoya. Thankfully, after an hour of negotiations, the two regiments came to an agreement to put aside their differences and fight at the front. And the worst part? That's all it took. Not even 10 minutes later, we had destroyed the relic. The entire region breathed a sigh of relief. We all wish it had been done earlier, but a win is a win. If we were being honest with ourselves, we thought this was originally going to be a 2 to 3 day operation to liberate the gutter, and even with this little hiccup in the coal field, it was all done in just 6 hours. 4 years ago, during War 83, we played just a small part in our faction's Day 1 plans to secure Godcrofts, and today, in War 132, we had taken up a much bigger role. The Royal Spuds had risen to the occasion, but the war wasn't over yet. It was just starting. These things were marathons, not sprints, and although the Collies were crumbling, we couldn't get cocky. The Royal Spuds consolidated for the night, reinforcing our defenses and replenishing our stockpiles to prepare for the next battle. And for this one, well, we had a few tricks up our sleeves.
Incoming.
Incoming where?
Contact
Incoming
front.
where? Contact front?
Contact front.
Yeah.
Front. Shoot.
Pop them. Yo, this one's easy. That's it for this episode of War 132. I plan on making episodes like this about a week or so after they happen in game to protect any sensitive intel of operations, but I do want to cover this war in its entirety from the Royal Spuds perspective. So if you do like videos like this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. If you would also like to follow along with the war live, I'm also streaming this every weekday here on YouTube and Twitch, so pick your platform of choice and I'll see you there. And if you'd like to join the Royal Spuds as we fight off the Colonial Menace, I've linked our Discord down below. Once again, we are Warden and we play on Able Shard, so join the Discord, submit a ticket, and I'll see you on the front. But that's it for me. Until next time, peace.